A lot of people forget to add the tech news, and then the dough never rises, and then, well, you can say goodbye to a half-decent ciabatta. Ciabatta? Ciabatta! Microsoft's Surface Duo, a folding Android phone with 2 screens, seemed like a great idea at first, but then it launched last year with an out-of-date processor and buggy software. Well, Microsoft has now imbued the Duo with a new purpose, a pretty good handheld Xbox gaming phone. When cloud gaming with Xbox Game Pass, the phone's second screen can be used to display touch controls, so your enormous, beautiful fingers won't obscure the arguably more beautiful game graphics. It won't be as great as using a controller attached with a phone clip, but if you see it from far away, it kind of looks like Microsoft made a Nintendo DS for Xbox games, and that's a fun thought. Now, it's likely that Microsoft added this feature to actually help sell through its Surface Duo's stock. The phone's price has been dropped from $1,400 US to around $850 in some places, and there might be some more price drops still, so you may not want to smash open that piggy bank just yet. You've been holding just in case this very specific feature gets added to this phone. I know you have it. On Friday, after 3 weeks of court proceedings, Apple CEO Tim Apple finally took the stand to testify, hoping to end Apple's case with some strong, leader-like statements. But it seems like Epic's arguments have made some sense to Judge Yvonne Gonzalez-Rogers, who didn't hold back from questioning Mr. Apple some very pointed questions. Timmy reiterated other Apple executives' claims that Apple doesn't know for certain that the iOS App Store is profitable, but they have a feel, if you will. However, they are certain that allowing third-party payments on the App Store would be a, quote, terrible idea. I mean, that second one is just science. You can't argue. After all of this fighting, legal experts seem to think Apple is likely to come away the overall victor, but whether they're forced to make concessions to Epic or not, this trial is likely to lead to other legal fights over walled garden ecosystems, whether they be Apple's or console makers or whoever. Will I have to let my neighbor grow Brussels sprouts in my flower bed? Brussels sprouts can be good if you just cook them with a ton of butter and garlic. The judge may take until August to finalize her ruling, so we may never find out. And if you missed it, we published our first tech longer on the weekend about Star Citizen, the as yet unreleased, controversially ambitious space sim game. But Star Citizen's main competitor in the genre, Elite Dangerous, is experiencing a controversy of its own because of the latest expansion, Odyssey. The DLC, which adds first-person on-foot gameplay, is chock full of bugs and horrible performance issues, despite being in public beta for over a month. Over a month? Oh, such a long time. Star Citizen has been in development since 2012. Yeah, it's in the video. Players are so unhappy they're review bombing the game on Steam, prompting Frontier's CEO David Braben to issue a public apology, promising that fixing Odyssey's issues is the studio's top priority. And you know what? They'll probably do that in like a month. Sometimes things take a while like developing games and writing long videos about developing games. Oh, shh, Mark, quiet. There's another Riley here. Now it's time for Quick Bits, brought to you by Blinkist, the app that takes the best insights and important info from thousands of nonfiction books and condenses them into about 15-minute chunks. So it's basically the quick bits of books. You can use that if you want, Blinkist. On mobile and desktop, you can read or listen to audio summaries in a wide variety of categories: business, finance, parenting, self-help, philosophy, and they've got full audiobooks now too, with up to 65% off for premium subscribers. There's so many books, including The Book by Alan Watts and Critique of Pure Reason by Immanuel Kant. I can't even with this stuff. Everyone can get the 7-day free trial and cancel anytime, but the first 100 people to go to our link, Blinkist.com/techlink, will also get 25% off a full membership, so click the link below to check it out. Quick Bits! Sometimes you can find them in cracks in the sidewalk the morning after a rainstorm, and they are tasty. Oh, we got some juicy rumors claiming that AMD may switch back to using a land grid array, or LGA, design for their next-gen AM5 motherboards and chips. That means, like Intel's setup, the connector pins will be on the motherboard side instead of the CPU side. Sure, it's cheaper to replace a motherboard with bent pins instead of a CPU, but I kinda like the feeling of danger I get handling a processor with all these fragile pins on it. Like, what if I dropped it? Oh, I'm getting chills. Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies are again taking a hit thanks to a renewed crackdown on Bitcoin mining announced by one of China's top regulators, because Bitcoin uses a ton of energy and criminals use it too, requiring even more energy to chase them when they run away. That's the dumbest thing I've ever said. And you know, I can see the argument. I think we should stop using pretty much anything that uses electricity. I get it, because... Speaking of China, that's where Razer pre-built PCs have been spotted, available with the as-yet unannounced RTX 3080 Ti and 3070 Ti. If you're looking to build your own though, other rumors are suggesting these cards will be announced by the end of May and launch on June 3rd, which, actually now that I think about it, isn't really information that's applicable to someone wanting to build their own PC, because you can't get them. Anyways, the governor of Florida has signed into law a bill that bans social media companies from banning politicians. Now, the law doesn't affect all politicians, just those based in Florida, but it applies to political candidates. So it remains unclear whether I'm going to fly to Florida, announce I'm running for mayor of Florida Manville, and then post everything from the dark web onto Twitter. I'm not even sure if I'll do that. I'm unpredictable. And Sony has taken down the servers for LittleBigPlanet, the PS3 game from 2008, because there's apparently no other way to stop the hackers that have been posting offensive in-game messages in the game. The move also affects LittleBigPlanet 2 and 3, which are also tied to the original game servers. Unbelievable. What could lead these hackers to post offensive messages about a cute little character like Sackboy? Wait, is that his name? Yeah. Good. Better end this episode while we're ahead, but you should come back on Wednesday for more tech news. We'll have time to do more research on these type of things by that time.